That'd be great. And then following that, we'll open up the questions to our student athletes, Lisa and Tori. Thank you.
Well, obviously exciting night for everybody. So incredibly proud of this group. I mean, that was a hard-fought win, and they stepped up on the biggest stage tonight. And it's great to see from the goal line out, everybody was going, everybody was working hard, and we beat a good BU team that gave us everything we can handle. So overall, so happy for the win and for these players.
Thanks, Dave. Rich, right here in front.
Hi, for Tori, just comment on Christina's rush up the ice to set up Lily's first goal of the season.
I mean, Lily, she's like stay-at-home D. For her to score the first goal was incredible. I mean, there was only 5 of us tonight too, so all of us were just so excited for her and couldn't be happier.
Anything else? Right here.
For Tori, if you could just talk about what you saw from Lisa tonight and her performance and what that meant for you guys as a team to see her step up like that.
I mean, absolutely unreal. I mean, at least for me to play in this last year, it's definitely not easy, and we couldn't have done it without her. Just with the crowd and everything, she stayed home so strong, and great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Eli Cloutier, Boston Hockey Blog. For Lisa, obviously your first Beanpot. Can you just kind of take me through how you were feeling before the game and when you first got on the ice, and then obviously to play the way you did tonight?
I'm like out of words. It was just so amazing. I was obviously nervous before the game, but I actually got really encouraged by the crowd. Instead of getting nervous, I felt like they had our backs the whole way, and the team was just awesome, and it was such a great game to play because everyone was sacrificing themselves for our win. It was really a team effort tonight.
Tori, could you just talk a little bit about the team's commitment to blocking shots and shutting teams down, doing all the little things defensively when you're protecting the lead?
Yeah, I mean, it comes from the decor. I mean, we're all so close, and we know what we have to do, like just little things. All of us are just cheering for each other, and we have Lisa back there too. So honestly, everyone's willing to put their body there. We know what to do, and we pulled it out tonight.
Greg Dudek, NESN.com. For Tori, just what was it like playing in this environment tonight? 5th largest crowd for NCAA women's hockey game, and were there nerves attached to it and excitement? How did you just see the team kind of handle all that in a game of this magnitude with a crowd of this size?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like with any crowd this big, there's going to be nerves, but you have to channel them in a way that you use them. It's like an adrenaline rush, and you do smart things out there. You kind of use the crowd, and it gives you momentum. And just to play in front of all of these people, 13,000, that's insane, especially for a women's college game. Couldn't be prouder for everyone that came out. Unbelievable.
Emma Sullivan, WRB. Lisa, you won the MVP as a freshman. Can you just talk us through what the emotions like to win both the Britannia Trophy and the MVP here tonight?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I did not expect that at all. I'm just so happy that we were able to pull this off, and I was able to perform really well tonight, and I'm really happy about it.
Eric Anderson, Boston Herald. Lisa, not to get your ego going a little bit, but one of the greatest Beanpot performances of all time, 65 of 67 saves over the 2 games, 970 save percentage. Were you just seeing things just like clearly, and how does that give you confidence for the rest of the way?
Well, it was just so amazing to play these games. I obviously getting a shutout is an amazing confidence boost, and I feel like if we're just able to bring the feeling we had today to the games coming up, I feel like we can come a long way this year.
Yeah, so I know Lisa alluded to this earlier, but can you just talk me through like how a crowd like that was obviously pretty pro Northeastern tonight, and then obviously in the semi as well, like just how that helps you as a team on the ice specifically?
I mean, when you're out there and nothing like crazy is going on and all you hear is the crowd, it's almost like our captain said, play for a crowd of one. So you're out there, you hear everyone cheering, but it's the people you play for the most that you almost hear like, go, go, go. So if it's your family or your best friends, it kind of just fuels you to get through it.
Stevie Potter, WTBU Sports. For Lisa, when you have your whole team in front of you, putting their bodies on the line and blocking shots, what does that just do for you mentally as a goaltender?
It helps me a lot. When I see my team throwing themselves everywhere to save the pucks for me, it just makes me try so much harder to help the team out and pull off the win.
Right here in front, guys.
Yeah, last one. Lisa, your first ever game was a 4-0 loss to BU, and today was a 4-0 win. Talk about the difference between that game and this game.
I mean, obviously, this year we had another win with 4-0 against BU too. So I don't know. I just feel like once we get going, we are able to score a lot of goals, and unless they score on me early, I'm not going to let in any pucks. So.
We'll take one or two more if they're out there. Take one right here.
Jason Singer, the Red and Black. Obviously, this is a huge night for Northeastern as a whole. Can you talk a little bit more about the community and the discipline of the culture of Northeastern, and how you guys also took that and created your own, path with the back-to-back-to-back Beanpot championships?
I mean, I feel like once you do it once, you can do it twice, you can do it 3 times. Like, as a senior on the team, this is my 3rd one, and honestly, it was just paid for the people before us. They all have been here in our shoes, and they kind of shaped us for tonight, the crowd, everything.
Take one more.
Brendan Locke, Everything College Hockey. Lisa, when you committed to Northeastern, were you aware of what the Beanpot is and what it means to people that are from around here and kind of everything? It's a uniquely New England thing, and it's a uniquely Boston thing. I'm just curious if you kind of knew what you were getting into ahead of it.
Actually, no. Like, I knew it was a big tournament. I mean, obviously, playing against the teams in your town is always fun, but I didn't know it was this much attention around it, and it's just been such an awesome experience.
You got one more here?
For Tori, just like you said, you've experienced this feeling 3 times now. I was just wondering, how does this Beanpot title compare to the previous 2 you won?
Well, the very first one that I won was not in TD yet. Still very, very special, but just the last 2 to compete in TD, I feel like it's a whole nother level. And just great for women's college hockey. I don't know, to play in the Beanpot here is incredible. And just to go out with a Beanpot championship, nothing like it.
Lisa and Tori, thanks so much. Congratulations. You guys can head back to the locker room if you want. We'll open up questions for Coach Flint. Do you have any out there?
Coach Luke Graham, 98.5 Sports Hub. What do you see the confidence from your team when you have a goalie who's playing one of the biggest games in our life and can go 30 for 30? What kind of confidence does that instill in the rest of the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, when your team believes in their goaltending, they play totally different. They can play relaxed. They can open things up offensively. So, when I started coaching 29 years ago, a coach told me one time, when you build a team, he said, "Gag, get a good goalie." So that's one thing I've always tried to pride myself on, is when we recruit, we try to get the best goalies, and you can always build your team around that. And Lisa proved tonight that she's one of the best goalies in the NCAA.
Coach, on Saturday you talked about how the semifinal against BC was the best game you played all season, and then the Friday game against Providence was the worst that you've played all season. What did you like from the game tonight, and how does it match up against both of those 2 games?
Yeah, it's night and day. That's the frustrating thing as a coach. I see how well our team played on Tuesday, and then Friday, Saturday we don't show up, and sometimes that's hockey, and maybe I'll take some of the blame from maybe I didn't prepare them for the weekend, but I told them you got to hit the reset button. Can't think about the past weekend. We got to think about how well we've been playing up to that point and get back there. And I thought we were equally as good tonight as we were last Tuesday.
Hi, Dave. Rich Thompson, Mass Live. Just comment on Jaden setting up that second goal, scoring the third in like a 40-second span. and just being a transfer from Clarkson in her first Beanpot.
Yeah, she's given some good depth to our top six, and a little bit more of a scoring punch, and she stepped up on the big stage, and it was good to see. I don't think she's ever played in front of a crowd like that. She's played in some Frozen Fours, but it's I think the crowd was on another level. But tonight, she's been great all year. Like, she does a lot of little things really well, and then obviously big, physical, fast, skilled. So she complements that line really well.
Coach, Emma Healy with the Boston Globe. You mentioned the importance of getting a good goalie and recruiting, but to see a freshman like Lisa come in today and have the performance that she did, you mentioned last week after the semifinal that she's a big-time goalie. What did you see from her tonight, and how does she stack up in terms of other freshman goalies you've had come in and have performances like this?
Yeah, she's right up there with some of the greats we've had, and you can look at her performance and how well she played, but a lot of people might not understand the pressure of a freshman being put in that situation and having to step up. And the one thing I love about her is she's unflappable. Like, she's just like this all the time, and you need that in your goal. You can't have a goalie that's a roller coaster ride, because the team can sense it, the coaches sense it. She's just calm. No matter what's going on in the game, she's level-headed, and I think that's what really makes her a special goalie.
Jason Singer, the Running Black. First off, congratulations, Coach, on your 6th Beanpot championship.
Thank you.
Obviously, the players had Lisa's back tonight, but I'd like to talk about the 16 minutes left in the second period when Jules went down with an injury. Obviously, the team was very chippy back after that to have her back. Can you talk about the culture and how the kind of team rallied around each other outside of the goalie?
Yeah, well, when that happened, I went into panic mode because I rolled the dice dressing 5 defense tonight, and all I was thinking was, God, if she's hurt, but now we're down to 4 with half the game to go, or a little more than half. Thank God she was okay, and but they, like they usually do, they just step up. Everyone knows what they need to do, and they rose to the occasion, and Jules came back and finished the game strong and had a really strong game.
You got one over here on the left, Dave.
Yeah, Coach. After the semi, you mentioned that administration stresses winning these Beanpots a lot. What do you think is just what do you think you do as a program that makes you guys so good in these tournaments?
I think Tori mentioned it. The players that have been here before, that have played in these pressure situations, have laid the groundwork, but they also develop our younger players. So, like, our freshmen now see how our upperclassmen handle themselves in this situation, and it just carries on year to year. So I think it's just like our older players are always helping develop our younger players, and then also understanding the importance of this tournament, and I think that helps them maybe set their mind at ease a little bit, and help them temper some of the nerves that they have when they go into these big games.
Coach, any areas of your game tonight, any facets of the game that you think you guys specifically excelled at tonight?
I thought our transition was pretty good. We're good when we play with speed. We move the puck quickly. I thought we did those things really well. Told them pregame, I said, we got to be sharks around the net. And when we do that, we can score goals. But some nights we get out there, we're a very perimeter team and don't want to get to the front of the net. There's no secret to scoring goals. You got to get to the front of the net. You got to get pucks to the front of the net. And I thought we were driving the net hard all night and creating opportunities, and we buried the chances that we had.
Yeah, we'll take one more here in the back, Dave. Thank you.
Congrats, Coach. Adam Brownstein, Morning Skate. I just had a question for you regarding the 5D, 2 extra forwards. Was that a strategy or a necessity going in?
It was more of a necessity. We have a couple defensemen that are out. This past weekend we had some forwards that weren't going, so we wanted to have a couple extra forwards so we could spot in, and we ended up using all our forwards tonight. They all got more than a few shifts, which I think helped us in that third period. We were a little bit gassed to pull through.
Coach Flint, congrats again. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
everybody.